Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about all of the brand new COD 2020 information that we've learned over the last week, either through the Red Door leak or through some other people around the community and their sources. So, quick shout out to the Gaming Revolution, DK Dynamite, Modern Warzone, MW2OG, over on Twitter and YouTube respectively for sharing this information to the world. Their links will be down below in the description. What this means for this video though is that we'll be covering gameplay, modes, leaked files, the alpha, the beta, release times, leaked images, and more. Alright, so this game called the Red Door was found on two websites in which basically allow people to see information about certain packages for PlayStation games. Now, one of these sites gave information about the specific IDs for the game, and another site used those IDs to allow people to view all of the information for as much as a 71.6 gigabyte patch update for the game. And yes, it was also downloadable. But why the hell am I talking about the Red Door? How does that relate to COD 2020? Well, one of the files for the game actually has a string in the title saying COD 2020 Alpha in it, showing that this is indeed not a new Activision title, but is actually COD 2020 hidden under a fake title name and image in hopes to not be dug up. And if you guys remember back about 3 years ago when Lee Ross was lead director of Zombies at Infinity Ward, he was playing a game called The Northwoods, and it was the same deal, same fake graphics, same fake title, and what it actually was a Call of Duty map / DLC / game in disguise. He was testing it, but we had no clue. We thought it may have been a standalone Zombies game. We were all speculating, but in fact, it was just unreleased content under a fake or pseudonym, if you want to call it, okay? But basically, getting back to the Red Door, the community has now found it, and through this leak, we got direct access to the main game files for the alpha, because like I said, not only could we view this information, but we can actually download the alpha itself. Now, we can't play them, at least as that we know so far, but what we can do is inspect the files, and that's exactly what a few individuals with knowledge on this topic have done. I've even done some digging myself, but I am freaking lost onto what I'm actually doing, so until I gain more knowledge, I'm gonna just sit back and let the professionals do their job. Quick pause, this is just a reminder, if you do go ahead to enjoy the video when it's complete, I ask to drop a like, subscribe for more COD 2020 news videos, especially on the zombie side since this is a COD Zombies channel, and you'll never miss out on anything you'll ever need, especially with the best Call of Duty Zombies guys on YouTube. Much love, guys. Let's get back into the video. So, I'm now gonna go in depth on what we found via this game called the Red Door, a game which is actually secretly the COD 2020 alpha and only playable presumably to QA testers and devs. Alright, so number one, a brand new image was leaked showing us the brand new COD Black Ops logo, and according to one of the Gaming Revolution sources though, this image may actually be old because at the end of the day we are data mining an unreleased game. So maybe at one point the game was meant to be Call of Duty Black Ops, but now it could still be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, because don't forget, it was indeed confirmed by many reputable big sources that the game was going to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So maybe at one point they intended to call it Black Ops, and now it's Black Ops Cold War, or who knows, maybe it is indeed still Black Ops. This game has gone through so many phases of name changes that we literally still, to this day, not only don't have a confirmation of the game, but have no clue what the name of it exactly is. But at the very least, what we can take from the in-game files is that there is a brand new logo, and I believe it should be in the thumbnail of this video. Hopefully it doesn't get striked down, but we should be good to go. Okay, so the second thing we learned from this game is that there's going to be 4 game modes, or at least 4 game modes were found within the files: CP, MP, ZM, and WZ. ZM, what the hell does that mean? So campaign, or CP obviously equals campaign, MP obviously equals multiplayer, ZM equals zombies of course, and yes, it is now 100% confirmed that zombies is coming back, as I've been telling you guys, it just makes sense. But okay, let's move on. WZZM is now presumably a Warzone Zombies mode. Okay, so we're going to get into that in a second, but what this confirms is, like I said before, is that zombies will officially be making a return in COD 2020. Now, although there were already leaks pointing to it, and it was just common sense, the alpha officially proves that. Now, another awesome piece of information that the alpha shares is that there's supposed to be a brand new game mode involving zombies, and which we're assuming is a Warzone Zombies game mode. Now, we have absolutely no clue how this will work, but it has been indeed confirmed by Tom Henderson, aka the Long Sensation, as he commented on another guy's post talking about Blackout. This guy basically said that Blackout's going to be making a return in 2020, and Tom Henderson replied to that, and I also was very skeptical about that because I don't see any way possible that Blackout makes a return. So before I get into his response, let me say this. There is absolutely no way that they're going to split up the Warzone community. Plain and simple. I'm fully anticipating and expecting WZZM to be exactly what it stands for, an extension slash variant of the Warzone game mode. It will not be a part of Blackout. Blackout is both not free and not as successful as Warzone. Sure, if they brought it back and made some changes, maybe they can make it work. But why would they do that? What they most likely will be doing is, as I've said, I would have loved to see in the past from the very beginning of Warzone, is exactly what Tom Henderson says. Both Blackout and Warzone will most likely be sharing very similar aspects after COD 2020's launch, meaning that Blackout's not going to probably make a return, but instead, the Warzone map will have bits and pieces of the Blackout map incorporated into the Warzone mechanics and the current map. Now, I would absolutely love to play on the Blackout map with the Warzone mechanics. I think that would be perfect. Regardless of my opinion though, since this does appear to be a new mode, stuff is always subject to change. Now, of course, the Blackout map being in Warzone is not directly tied into the Warzone Zombies thing, but they are both Warzone related, so I thought I should both mention them. Regardless, WZZM is presumably mentioning Warzone Zombies. Tom Henderson also goes on to confirm that there will be zombies in Battle Royale in some way, shape, or form, and that there most likely will be aspects of Blackout within the Warzone map, which I fully believe will happen, especially with the Treyarch COD coming up. It just makes sense. Now, another piece of information that should be talked about in this video, as it's very much related, comes from one of DK Dynamite's sources saying that COD 2020 will not have a multiplayer beta, as it is significantly behind schedule. Now, there's another piece of information DK received alongside this that now also ties in what Tom Henderson had told us a few weeks ago, that many old maps that we've seen in both BO4 and even BO3 via the Back in Black DLC maps, and those are also maps from older games, whether I believe it was BO1, those maps are already remastered for Black Ops 5 and will be coming with the on-disc version of the game. Now, Tom Henderson further commented and said he doesn't know when the maps are going to be released, but we're going to go ahead and explain that they most likely will be on disc. Okay, so there will not be many genuine experiences at launch on disc. That's what DK's source had said, and it makes sense if they're behind and there's going to be no multiplayer beta. That all adds up, right? So they will be taking their time and release more maps when they're ready, which I'm completely cool with. But this means that we should be expecting about a max of 9 through 11 maps on disc, with at least 4 to 6 maps being remasters. But now what happens to the beta? Do we just get nothing? Well, as of now, according to one of DK's sources, like I said, it's planned that there'll be a campaign mission beta, in which we have the ability to play through some of the campaign to get a taste of the game. That sounds so dumb. And I'm not saying that to DK. I'm just saying, if that leak's actually true on Treyarch themselves, I just think they should go MP or nothing. If MP is not ready, don't release a beta. Just literally market it as we want to surprise you guys with the full launch of the game. We don't want to do anything to spoil it for you, and that's literally it. They could say that we'll all know that they're full of shit, but they may be able to pull it off and tell people, you know, we're trying to surprise you guys. I'd rather get an MP beta if it's ready. If it's not, give us absolutely nothing. None of this campaign BS. I don't want. Listen, some people may, but I think it's better off that we just wait opposed to getting a campaign. It's silly to think about, but that's what one of DK's sources had said. So at this point in time, of course, like I said, stuff is always scheduled to change. Apparently we're getting a campaign mission beta. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, I don't see that happening, but hey, nothing surprises me anymore with Call of Duty. That being said, as I just said, all of this brand new information is scheduled to change at any point in time. It's all about COD 2020. A lot of it is from the alpha, so we just don't know what exactly is going to stick, what's going to be added to, what's going to be completely removed. For all we know, WZZM could be completely scrapped. If they're making 4 separate game modes, although one of them will be tied in with Warzone, it's going to be a lot. Although they have a lot of development power on the game, that includes Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games, Raven Software, and even a little bit of assistance from Infinity Ward, I believe, as well. I just don't believe that it would be necessarily right for them to work on so many different projects at the same time. They already know that. So if something is too ambitious, I can just see them straight up cutting it all together, but we're gonna have to wait and see. We're still very early. Although we're in June, it's the latest COD reveal we've ever had. It's still early. The game still has minimum 4.5 months before its release, and I believe that there's a lot that can go down, and there definitely is a lot that's gonna go down before release, whether that means more additions or more scrapping. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated on the absolute latest information, so make sure you are subscribed if you want to see all that, as well as make sure you have notifications turned on and drop the like on this video if you did enjoy. I will see you guys within the next video. Have an awesome day.